evening, everybody. Welcome to this Plans B meeting on Tuesday the 9th of August. Now, do we have any apologies for absence?
No, Chairman, we have none.
I should have said before we start that this meeting is recorded. Anybody who wishes them not to be recorded can now leave the room. My apologies for doing that before we start. Do we have any declarations of interest?
Yes, one from me. 5/16/2190 101 Pickershill Lane. No person is down.
Okay. Councillor Campbell will leave the room and we'll discuss that one.
Okay.
I think that's all in that respect. Right. Seems ages ago, but the minutes of the meeting we held on the 12th of July. Everybody has received a copy and happy with what we said?
Yes.
Yes. Just testing. Do we have any public questions in accordance with our standing orders?
No, Chairman,
No. Right, we come on to the questions. We have the applications. As I always say, and I will say it for the benefit of the camera, we in this committee are here only in an advisory capacity. We have no power. The ultimate decisions are taken by the officers of the District Council in St Albans, or if it gets called into committee, by the Plans North Committee, a member of which I am, and I sit on. Okie dokie, so we'll go straight away into the list on page 9. 5/2016-2063, replacement of communal entrance doors. Straightforward. Nothing to worry about there at all. And 5/2016-2065 is the second block, replacement of communal entrance doors.
Matching doors.
5/2016-2081, we don't get involved in that, discharge of condition. So 5/2016-2103, again discharge of condition. Go on. Next one, 5/2016-2144, certificate of lawfulness, loft conversion. We don't get involved in the certificate of lawfulness. So. And 5/2016-2145, two-storey side and rear extension, alteration to existing roof to incorporate additional first floor accommodation, front door windows and alterations to opening 77 Crabtree Lane. I like what our officers put on this, but I'm open to the committee for saying anything else they'd like to add.
I'm quite worried about the labour on 75. I mean, there's no objection letters on, I couldn't see them on the website, but what a view. That sort of huge flank wall, which is just sort of there. It's there. In your back garden. So it's just one continuous wall.
Right, so what's the elevation on that? It's more or less to the north.
There is footpath right down the middle, and there's a huge hedge. But yes, I flagged up about the flank wall as well.
Yeah.
Along the side there, which I was concerned about, but I was also concerned about the hedge, and that's why I wanted to protect the hedge.
Yes, I
I didn't want
think it's a
it
good comment. Yes.
sort of taking out or obstructing in any way.
Yes. It's a shame that even the wall can't be broken up a bit. Just,
On that one, I've noticed that elsewhere now, they're actually putting in conditions that you actually do break up large walls and that, and there are various measures, and I can't think of the words. They would certainly be suggested if that be true.
Yeah.
From my point of view, I know there was one local to me that they made them put in effectively.
Is it a buttress?
Yeah, maybe.
well,
One
there's
sort of,
sometimes a kink or something that just breaks it up, because otherwise it's just too...
But
the one's got a false window.
I think we have raised
Yeah.
the suggestion that our officers I think is very good. I wouldn't actually get a chance to go and see this, but it's an area I know quite well, but I do think we have to raise concern, which I think what we've done. All happy with that?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. 5/2016-2157, again, just trying to condition if we don't get involved in that. That actually is repeated previously, 30 Salty Avenue, we've had it twice. But 5/2016-1847, new entrance lobby, single part 2-storey rear extension with roof lights and alterations to the first floor openings, following removal of existing conservatory, 20 Ridgewood Gardens. Neither neighbour has objected, but I would like what we've said, as long as there's no effect to their amenity space.
Yeah, I had a look at it. I thought it looked okay. Parking is tight around there, but basically, I don't really see a problem.
Does it add a bedroom to it?
Yeah.
It just makes the rooms bigger, is it?
Yeah, I couldn't see that it was actually increasing. I haven't flagged up any increase in bedrooms. I'll just have to connect it. Let's see what we've got. Right, we've got bedroom one there. I didn't flag up about the bedroom. Unless I've missed it. Let's see. First of all, so I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, and then it's extending.
Yeah, there is an extending out.
4, that's a single story there,
yeah,
so it doesn't look like they're adding to the bedrooms
No,
at all.
no.
They're just extending the size of
Yes.
that one, and just
Yeah.
putting an ensuite in there as well.
That's what you do.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy that we've put.
Yes.
We disqualify it by saying that
Yes.
they look what you want.
Yep.
Next one, 5/2016-2123, rear conservatory. I don't like conservatories. I quite like conservatories actually.
It's not that big, it's 3 metres in there.
No, so it's
It's not that
community
big.
development anyway, 3 metres, yeah. But no problem. Um, 5/2016-2051, single storey side extension, new glazed link and chimney breast, the grey gates. If you look at the history, this has gone to 2006, this house has been extended, changed and all the rest of it. Lee Jackson is an ex-councillor, he knows what he's doing, and if he gets turned down, it just appeals and gets it granted, as you can see in the past.
I mean, this one appears to be the same as the 2012 application, which got permission. I couldn't see any
It's a renewal effectively, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't see any changes to it, so I didn't have any objections to it at all.
It's a lovely house.
Yeah,
I've been in it a few times, and it is massive. Very, very, very nice house. I can dream. But no, again, I don't really worry there at all. Just an whole page. Right, 2016, 2062, first floor side, single story rear, with roof lights, 6 beautifully close. Looking at the reason why this was refused before by St Albans, the applicant didn't, number 7 objected last time. But at the present time, number 7 hasn't objected to this new application. Is that correct, Rod?
Yeah, there's no objections on the side.
And yet, I couldn't quite work out whether they've met all the reasons for refusal. So I would probably like to say we've still got the problem with the lack of parking, and I still would like to say on this, as long as it's not detrimental to neighbours.
Yes, I agree. I mean, looking at what they're doing, it doesn't actually look unreasonable. I think it actually probably look a bit better.
Yeah, I agree. It's just what number 7 said last time,
Yes.
and St Albans agreed with them. So, but I can't tell dramatically how much it's actually reduced from the application that was refused.
We've made a minor adjustment to the
It's minor.
story.
So I would like to just say that.
I mean, we didn't have any objection to the last one. We only had concerns over the parking, so I don't think you can be too unreasonable in
No,
accepting
exactly.
the parking.
No,
that's right.
raise, yes, okay.
Yeah, the parking is tight, that's all, but
Yeah.
basically they're not increasing the number of bedrooms or anything like that.
No, they have
Or we
made
could say-
adjustments.
Subject to the previous reasons for refusal now being.
Yes.
Just a point of information on that, is there a DC permit on there? It wasn't.
That was the 2006 application for.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay, fine.
2016 SAD refused by reason of scale, bulk and massive first floor side. So as long as the previous reasons for refusal have been addressed, but we still...
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon, I've missed out a refuse up further on the page.
You're all right.
Yeah,
At the top of the page there, sorry,
Okay.
I had to check that I haven't misread it. But we still have concern about the
Right,
parking.
so no objection subject to previous reasons for refusal being addressed. However, we still have concerns about the parking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we all happy with that? Yes. Plan 2016-2098, sticker of lawfulness. I'm going to worry about that. Only trying to allow wheelchair access, so no problem. Next one is charge of conditions, 2016-2107. Don't need to worry about that one. Next one, 2016-2108, non-material amendment, relocation pool pantry, the fully acoustic sealed understair cover. We have no chance of going onto this property and having a look where they're going to put this. They've already got planning permission 2015 for creation of a basement and a sunken courtyard. Sounds very nice. But I couldn't quite work out where they were putting why they had to put it under the stair cupboard.
No.
It sounds like it reads as if it's an improvement.
Oh yes, it reads that, yes.
But it
they're going to put,
appears to be better than it was before.
Because they're putting fully acoustic seal.
Sounds good. I just had difficulty actually reading the plans and finding out where it was exactly. When I was trying, how did you find it, Rod?
Well, I found it difficult to read through to fully understand it, I have to say. But I visited the area, visited the house, and it's an incredible, they're very
Would they let you in?
No. I'm just saying, they're such large plots, it's hard to see how they're really going to disturb the people next door.
I would have presumed that because it's going down the stair cover, that's kind of a normal route to take when you're extending and you're going either upwards or downwards. I know people who put the stairs in the airing cupboard to go upwards, and then that would make sense. You're just finding space to.
Well, the previously approved plan was like a spiral staircase going down.
And it's couldn't figure out in the plan where exactly it was going to be.
Well, it's basically internal, isn't it? It really doesn't affect us. It only affects them. I've not got a problem. Absolutely no problem.
It looks, it's a big house.
And I think the only thing anyone would see from the side would really be this,
Because that's already been approved. It's just a relocation of the...
He's got the heating in there to heat the water as well.
No,
it's all very nice, but I don't think we need to worry about...
the only problem could be a noise from the plant.
Well, that's where they've put fully acoustic ceilings. I mean, I think these days, I didn't know you could fully acoustic seal anything internally, but after all, they're only going to hear it internally anyway.
Yeah, and it's a big, we know it.
Okay. Right. We're all happy with that. 5/2016-2122, demolition of existing dwelling and erection of one 5-bedroom detached dwelling with habitable roof space at 10 Belcroft Way. This one, they've sold half their back garden, and indeed they've sold half the front garden to get access to the back garden, which has meant that the house now just squeezes onto the bit of the plot.
Yeah, that's
I mean, the house is quite nice that's there at the moment. They obviously want a much bigger house on the plot. The only thing I will say is the suggestion of this 3-storey one, I think, is just too big for the plot that's left. But that's my opinion.
I think that the proposed street scene, the height of the house is a little bit higher than the one to the left of it.
The one next door is not 3 stories.
No, it isn't, no. I'm saying there's one to the right, which is about the same roof height, and the one to the left.
I've got one that's higher and one that's okay.
You see on there.
Yep, fine. I mean, that's fine one for me.
But I don't know whether it, because it's a hip roof, it doesn't look so drastic to me. Yeah.
So it is a room in a roof, it's not an additional floor, isn't it? And the properties are the same height, the properties are the same height, well, in fact it's very slightly higher, but it's not, but the one on the left.
The one on the left, it is higher than the one on the left.
But it's not higher than the one on the
No,
right.
it isn't higher than the one on the right. So, if you go to this one, it's sort of all boarded off down there.
I've got one small dormer on this.
Yeah.
I mean, the houses behind aren't far away.
No.
The houses they put in the back garden, they're quite big houses. They used 2 people's back garden to put. I mean, it did have a lot of land before, but I don't know. It just to me seems.
But on a plan here, it's quite modest compared to the ones you side. Actually, to be honest, in terms of area. You see on that one, it's.
But they're on twice as big plots.
Yeah, I know that. But
obviously he's given away half his plot.
But proportionally, around usually.
Because they haven't shown any. Because this, if you look, this is where the road is.
Yeah.
He's obviously given away this part of the garden.
Yeah.
It might be a bit squeaky this one, although they say that when it's possible it should be a metre or 2,000.
But one of them's 0.88 from the metre.
Yeah,
I thought it should be a metre about. And I think in the description it says 0.88 of a metre.
Not quite metre.
Or we could express concern over proximity to boundary.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought the size for what the plot that's left. Well, everything else in Delcroft seems to be on have space on both sides. This is making it very tight.
So we're down to bulk size and massing
Yeah,
comparative to the plot,
yeah.
and the street, to the extent the street there by the street scene.
Hello.
Yeah,
I
because,
can stay with
yeah.
them.
On plan, it doesn't look like it is, does it?
It's got a garage here.
Yeah, when you look at it in comparison, that one's got no surrounding space, but the
No.
others have got surrounding space, so it looks a bit switched.
It looks like a squeezing.
Yeah, it is, to get the maximum mounting in the area that's left.
So you could express concern about parking about that.
Yeah.
Or you're even recommending this if you want to.
I'll go for that bit, and if anyone wants anything
Yeah,
extra.
you can express concern with proximity to boundary
And size.
size.
Both.
Both sides of massing is my usual one.
Expressing concern or recommending?
I think you're already expressing concern, because to be honest, though...
Well, something will be built there. I don't want to say refuse, but I think we have to say, yes, they could build something there. I just think this is too big.
Totally agree with that.
Right, express concern.
This could be been built on the original plot, but having given away
No, so...
12 foot, 14 foot to put a new driveway in, I still think. So,
Right, what would you like me to put then?
So, express concern on the proximity to the boundary, neighbouring boundary.
Bulk size and mass with respect to the size of the plot.
Yeah. Are you all happy with that?
Yeah.
A bit to say things, because I don't know whether I know this family or not, because I know the surname, but I'm not quite sure
I'm not sure.
if I know.
I'm not sure that the people, the applicant is a developer. It's not the people who live there, I don't think.
Okay. I just can't be completely sure whether I know them.
We're talking about the one we've been talking about, or the next one?
Or Delcroft or the next one. You're talking about Delcroft?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're not actually saying cast iron one way or the
So
other.
if you're not,
If you're not sure, you haven't commented.
Right.
That's fine. No, don't worry. Right, move on. 2016-2141, first floor front and rear extensions, new front porch, new first and ground floor side windows, Juliet balcony to rear elevation, altars to openings, new timber shed, following removal of existing and new raised patio to the rear. I mean, in 2015, they had half of this, if you would sound rightly, and they've now added bits to it. The only thing I'm always concerned with is Juliet balconies and what you can see from it.
With a Juliet, if I may, it doesn't really affect what you would see from a window, does it? Because it's flat on. Balconies are a problem, but
well,
Juliet's not so much.
You can lean out. You can hold on to the balcony and lean over.
It has actually been changed from a balustrade to the Juliet balcony, so it's been reduced in that respect. So that the changes they've made is it's an improvement there. The ground floor extension has been omitted. The shed's been moved to the side boundary. They've made internal alterations as well. So they have actually made some reductions on it.
I realised I did look at the previous one, so that's good.
So so I think
It's an improvement.
It's an actual improvement.
All happy with that?
Yeah, looks fine.
No objection. 2016-1924, details of gates and piers. Discharge of Commission 2, we don't get involved in. So that one. Next one, 2016-201, garage conversion to kitchen. New flat roof over ground floor, infill side extension. Oh, Mr. George, I'm sorry, I realised.
Yeah.
I just think, I understand it's going to become Brown's, whatever Brown's is, as a restaurant. And I think we're just copying really what everybody else has done, Othello's Arms, the Railway, the Green, the Small Way. They all updating their, they've realised that they want a different clientele.
Have more covers inside, so have more customers, more seating inside.
Is that anyway, it's not conservation or anything?
So,
That's the outside.
You know,
This is the outside.
That's all.
yeah, so we just have to say, the conservation officer in St Albans will make sure that it's all complies with. I don't think we can get involved in
Yeah, they're talking about having umbrellas outside, some uplighters, a signage pile which is going to be the height as existing, so they're going to make a few changes, some brass individual lettering. They've also got an application further on regarding
signage.
yeah.
I'm quite happy with
They're going to do restoration works as well inside, so they're going to improve the whole
going to improve the whole thing.
At the rear, it's like one of those spot the difference things.
Yeah, very
And then
much.
the difference was round here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly internal within the courtyard, isn't it?
Exactly,
It's not
yeah.
actually on the street. So.
It's making me so odd that I can't remember when they did this last time.
I mean, the only thing I'd say about it, and it's a comment which I've made both to Catanero and indeed to it, I wish they could design something to get rid of their skips from the front in the main street. I mean, Catanero now have a cabinet to keep their skips in, but in this day and age, I do think that the main street should be free of red wheelie bins.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, they do rock planting and so on.
Yeah, they're doing
around
all
there.
this,
So
and I
why can't
think
they do sort of like something?
enclose it,
Yeah.
or put it out the back, or as you said, the back.
Yeah, they've got the
So
gate.
they've got a gate out, they've got a gate. I think this should be enclosed. I know Catanero has no space at all, but Pizza Express use their back
Yes.
yard for storage of theirs. Why can't Catanero sort out something?
I think
Or have it collected
the terrace is
Got data up there on that.
yeah, I have moaned a lot about it. So be it. So I hope that no objection, on which hopefully will improve the street scene.
Yes.
I mean, we are becoming known as a town of very nice establishments, and the ones that are surviving are obviously spending a huge amount of money on them affordably.
Yeah.
There's only two tourist establishments in the town centre that haven't.
Which ones are they?
Well, Alan the Slug,
Oh yes, yeah.
the Slug, the Keys and Billies.
Yes. Oh, well.
Everybody else has done it.
Right, so do you want this one, no objection, subject to appropriate design?
Subject to, yes, complying with the design and what have you, locally listed, and, materials and everything, used conservation area. We're okay?
Yep.
2016-2022, single-storey rear extension with roof, lantern and rear porch, infill, 25 Leighton Road. I mean, we had one earlier in the year, single-storey rear and side extension with glazed lantern, and we said then, no objection, provided previous reasons for refusal have been addressed. I couldn't really see anything dramatic. It's reduced in size.
Reduced in size, yeah, and we had no objections to previous ones.
No, so can't think. No,
Yep.
it's got a long history if you look back on the whole page of what it's gone through, because it is listed and it's protected and everything. Yeah, exactly what you put outside the legal notes there. Right, 2016-2023, addition of front dormer window, first floor side and part single, part 2-storey rear extension, 14 Townsend Lane. I drove past this today, and yes, they haven't objected as yet, but I do think we have to worry about what might happen to number 12.
Yeah, can I just raise?
Sorry, please.
I failed to visit this actually, and number 12 has got side windows that would be obscured by that extension. Yeah. Yes, they're fairly modest. You know, it's a fairly, they're like small dormer windows.
So those are that?
Yes, those
Yeah.
ones going to the roof. I just felt that if this property extends here, these little side windows, well, I just felt it was very tight actually, the whole thing. You know, so I'm worried about these people. There's no objection letters now.
No, but we could still, officers' comments, are you happy with that?
That's fine.
Are
That's fine.
you happy with that, Rob?
Yeah,
I have visited that, I've only driven by, so you've got a bit closer than me.
Yeah, it may have a detrimental effect on neighbouring property. I don't know whether we could be more specific but maybe this is enough actually.
Would you like to say, sorry?
Well, I don't know how we would express this really, but you know, they'd have a loss of light.
Well, put,
It says specifically loss of light on there, Rod, so.
Yes,
Loss of
true,
light,
yes,
and
you're right,
is
yeah,
that-
so...
Are you happy with what
Yeah, that's
we
fine,
put
yeah.
down already?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah. Good job.
Next one we've really already come to,
Mm-hmm.
2016 2037 advertising consent, again, as long as they comply with.
Do we have any pictures, just out of interest?
Well, we've got an illuminated sign.
I thought there was something in the plan about externally illuminated or internally.
Yeah, and that's why I flagged it up.
Okay.
It's very, very small because it's on the timetable, what they call a timetable decal, which is the
Over
little...
the little box.
Yeah, that little boxy thing there,
I'm not
with the
sure.
menu. I'm sure this is the menu.
Oh,
okay.
if it's a menu, I've got a
They've
problem.
got one in the,
No.
on the top, which they're illuminating.
But
Yeah,
can
it's
you,
external.
Oh, is it that one? That's it.
Well,
I thought that was external. Is it not?
couldn't you externally illuminate the menu sign?
Uplit by trough light.
oh,
But it's just a light inside, it is externally lit, but you've got the glass in front of it.
Yeah, so that's externally lit. That, and I thought it was this one that's internally lit. That one there. Is it that one? Is that the menu thingy that's
I
internally
think that's
lit?
it, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that the...
Oh, I just think you've
I
got
think
like,
it's...
I think that's new, isn't
or
it?
is it further out? I think it might be further over.
I think it is on that side, but it's... I'm not sure if it's lit.
I mean, that's absolutely no problem, is it? The sign's black and gold and it's just browns instead of
Yeah,
the
so
jewel,
that's
which
the
is
only...
no great shape
It's
to it.
very small. I mean, they're not normally allowed, but whether they'll... The trouble is, once you start something,
Yeah, that was
you
my...
might
Yeah.
start to set precedent and then...
Can we say no objection subject to?
I thought Prezzo had already got one outside the front.
I've seen them in Spain and I'm pretty sure that we've got those small mini
Little
ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I
not
don't
huge.
know.
Anything other than those is,
I think Prezzo's have got.
I mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
as long as it,
Yeah, I use the argument, we say it's internally lit, but it's slightly different. I mean, an internally lit is something with the light shining out, but with the menu, all it is a light shining down on the menu.
Yeah,
If you
the
took
light
the glass,
inside the cabinet.
if you took the glass away, it's externally lit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's my argument on that one, that's why I've not got a great problem with it.
So subject to
We pay
complying,
half, yeah, yeah,
complying with the rules of conservation areas?
yeah, yeah.
No objections subject
Strike out policy on internally lit.
Yep.
Because that's not relevant, I'm saying.
Looks nice, Dave.
Oh, it's really nice place. It was going to be Miller and Carter.
Or was it?
It was going to be.
Are they all owned by the same company?
Probably, don't know what really it is.
Don't think that one is the cop.
It's just the,
The George's Pizza Kitchen bar.
Yeah, Yeah, I can't think which brewery it is. It's not really relevant who the brewery is.
No, I know, it's interesting.
So there was a policy when they brought out the Benson's.
2016-2040, single-storey rear extension and new iron gate, 39 Leighton Road. Leighton Road, no, it's nice. It's listed building.
Have we missed one?
I don't know how.
5/16/2042.
No, that's all we're on.
So we're on 2040, aren't we?
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry,
2040.
Okay.
Right,
on
oh,
page
this
16.
is, for the, oh, right, okay, the extension. Oh, yes, because before, they were putting up that one, that's a great thing, which we actually had no objection to, but I understand why St Albans turned it down, because it wasn't really, when you look at what they want to put up now, which actually, yeah, it makes sense that they want to put up, I mean, it's tiny, but it is in keeping with the house,
Yeah.
so we can't really have any objection to that, can we? The gates are, where are the gates? What's the gate? But I don't think the gates are very significant.
Is it
Oh, there's the gate, wrought iron gate to match design of existing side gate. So it's going to match anyway, so
Sounds good. I'm sure the Conservation Department will
they will,
have
yeah,
their say.
absolutely. It's great to this building, so they will really jump on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, exactly what you said, so I wrote page 3. Single-storey side, 5/2016-2042, single-storey side extension, new shop front, auto register openings and internal alterations to restaurants, 1A to 1B Borden Road.
There are two letters of support.
Okay.
One says, I think this would be a great addition to the restaurant and also to Bourne Road. Supports the proposal. Another one, we are neighbours opposite the building of the proposed extension and we would be very happy to see the works go ahead. They have no objections whatsoever. We hope the current business will be able to expand. The restaurant itself is very busy and the staff do an amazing job of keeping it and surrounding area tidy. I feel the current size of the restaurant is too small for it to continue as a viable business, and an extension will meet the demands of local people and the business itself.
Is this the one that was gingerbread then? I've got the right one, haven't I?
Is it the
Yeah,
viney?
Yeah, thank you.
That's what they've got at the moment.
Can I declare interest? My friend's there.
Yeah, because that's a design and access statement. Paperwork.
You can't ever tell what the businesses are by just saying
No.
they don't.
It says the current layout suffers from a general lack of space and has an awkward location for WCs.
Did you go and check it out?
I drove past it.
Right, okay.
Do I need to go?
No.
No.
It's not dramatic, we're discussing.
Right, okay. So, that's where the access is, which was before it became vine leaves. That's what they've got there now, which is this little area here.
Okay, yep.
Okay? My only concern was the reduction in the access area, which because it's quite a small area anyway. That's grand.
So that bit under the awning is theirs anyway, though, isn't
Yes,
it?
it
So
is.
that's
So
it.
Yeah.
It's changed to this
yeah.
bit. Did you see
So
that
they would
one?
be building right up to that.
Oh, of course,
You can't comment.
You can't comment,
No.
They'd be building right up to that fenced-in boundary bit, I suppose.
Right, I mean, that
As long as
access
And-
route is a query then,
Can I
suppose.
just raise something as well, which I picked up? They're saying it's a single-storey side extension, but if it's single-storey, why is it got like an attic area?
Can we?
Have a look.
Yeah.
It seems to go up higher than just one single story.
I don't know if you take the
Am I reading it wrong?
looking at it, it's just a pitched roof. It's not.
Is
It's not.
it?
You're not getting it. They might use it for some storage. There might be some access like cupboards.
Okay.
But I can't see that unless it's doing what we've got
No,
over
it's not.
there.
It's
But
not
they are.
very big.
There aren't any windows or that. Oh no.
It's not very big.
No, it's
it's
okay, is it?
I think
It
it's
looks
just-
rather the way it was.
Well, to me, it looks like building a pitched roof to avoid the problems with a flat roof.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. So we could express concerns over the access road width.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's just everything's going to come through the front door now, rather than go down the side.
Well, that's access into other people's car parking. It's
Yeah.
not just them.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So it's subject to access.
Yeah.
Got to be.
So
Yeah,
that's a very
that's
good
I
point.
don't know
my
what-
concern.
That is a very good point.
What is it? Is it?
Because if you look at that other park, before they put their thingy up,
Yes,
there are other vehicles that are going down there.
there are. And also there's like a dumpster there, which you need to get access to. I don't know whether there's any sort of safety problems with blocking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With
The other one
emergency vehicles.
But-
on the plan, it's narrowing the further you get in, which is rather strange.
Mm.
Yes,
It's
I'm with you.
it's not
Yeah.
square.
Yes.
I can't recall which one it is covers access ways, but if that is their land, then people shouldn't be going across it anyway, or they may be. I mean, is there any need for delivery? Like, what's behind there? I'm waffling again.
Well, that's the thing.
What is
Is it going to
behind there?
restrict a large lorry going down there? I mean,
Well,
obviously, if you've got something,
Yeah.
people sitting there, that's
Yeah.
going to be an issue with a big lorry going down there
Yeah.
anyway, because that's dangerous.
Yeah,
So
well, also,
they
it
do what they
depends.
like on their land.
I suppose we could express concern over the width, but there again, they could enforce their land and stop people driving over it anyway,
Of course they
in all
can.
reality.
Yeah.
Mind you, it depends whether the emergency vehicle road needs to get through there like a fire truck.
Well, it shouldn't have to get, well, what's behind there? There aren't any separate buildings, dwellings behind it, are there?
The back of buildings.
Yeah, there is, but I mean,
Somebody must have.
they can't get in the back of mine,
Right.
So it probably only
phrase
goes
it that way.
we'll go to the end of that building, and then whatever's there, they'll still have access to.
Well, we could express concern.
Just express
We
concern over the width.
raise concerns for access to the rear.
That's
you
right,
know,
yes.
And not actually saying who has access to the
No,
rear,
that's right,
just
yeah.
saying
Yes, a very good
Absolutely.
point.
Yeah.
limiting access to the rear.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because right now, you
all
could
depends.
remove all of this, couldn't you, if you really
Yeah.
had to? Just put it
Yeah.
inside.
But once you put a building there, make it permanent, you can't
Yes,
remove
that's right,
anything
yes.
behind.
It's only if there's a separate freestanding, you can go and look at that, you know, I drove past, I thought, well, I'm pretty sure that's it, and didn't think as to whether there was anything, I don't think there's any separate dwelling that's got its own access from the back.
Well, it's,
So,
yeah.
we would, well, presumably St Albans will check out
Yeah.
who has access to what.
Yes, exactly, there's got to be a
But
minimum.
no one's written in
No,
against it, but on the
No.
other hand, I think we need to raise it because it could cause a
That's right.
problem if it was built.
I agree. The only thing, as I said, there were two letters of support.
Yeah, but I,
Yeah.
I mean, the only concern, other concern I would have there, and it doesn't actually come under planning,
There was a section.
is where would they store the goods to build it? Because they can't put anything in the road.
Yes.
Exactly.
But that doesn't come under planning. It's
But it
building
does when they're
regulations.
giving the conditions.
Well, yes, and, you know, and, I mean, we raised this before when they were trying to do Station Road, didn't we, when we were doing
Yeah.
creating the flat upstairs on Station Road, but there is no you know,
My mother supported is who I thought it was, but that's not material.
So if they were building it, this is all part, is this going to be part of the restaurant? Are they going to be putting in fans and things like that, or what?
And again, according to the plans, it's part of the seating area, isn't it?
It's just a seating area.
Well, these are the points because they express concerns over access and also basically, obstruction, possible obstruction when it's being built, because where do you put all the building materials? Lorries and...
Well, that again is a condition that comes under standard plans. Ours are, well, generally not.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be ours. It's more...
that's more building control rather than planning.
It is building control. It's not something... You can't refuse something because there's no access to it. Highways would come into there.
I don't think we can refuse it, but we can just express...
We've raised concern, I think, regarding...
It's a long time since I've read the access bit. We talked about the last week somewhere else. What does that say?
It's just highways consideration.
That's highways.
But they would need permission from highways to do it. Highways probably would say no there because that's a busy thoroughfare. Especially if it's a school zone.
Well, that's where we're going. It's just we express concern over access.
Access to the rear. And whoever's got access to the rear, whichever property is, they've got to check with them. Because somebody else might use lorries at the back.
I've never seen lorries going in and out of there.
No.
And again, they wouldn't get over what they've got there now.
No, true.
So it would have become a bone of contention before now.
So express concern with regard to access, with regard to, well, I'll word it properly, with regard to access to the rear of the property. Yeah. Anything else? Just that?
I think that's...
Okay, I'll just
Very good,
probably word it a little bit better than that.
Very good. This is nothing good as straightforward.
Welcome back, Georgie, now. Yeah, you can see. Right, we don't get 2016-2043, 39 Lane Road again, we just discussed that. So, single story re-extension, new iron gate.
Oh, yeah.
We've got it twice, there's two different reference numbers. So it's not involved in
Yeah, so that'd be
that again.
Why have you got two reference numbers?
Because one's listed building consent and one is just the application.
Thank you.
2016-2075, demolition of brick stores, garden wall, and partial demolition of single-storey side extension, construction of single-storey side and rear extension, conversion of loft space with rear dormer windows and roof lights, 55 Luton Road. Including.
Sorry, I didn't visit this one.
Right, this one. There's lots of lights.
Oh, wow. We're wandering around there in the university.
Not really, no. Now, what's the comments on this one? I can't see how many bedrooms are in the property. The glazed extension has got brick in wall. Increases size of door windows, changes the windows to the door. I think it was the glass bit of the extension that threw me, because the front part of the house is remaining normal, and it's a locally listed building in the conservation area. So I think it was the glass, like, I was a bit concerned about whether it was impeding.
But if it's in the conservation area, that's a bit of a different...
It's at the rear of the property.
Yeah.
But it's locally listed, so I'm thinking,
We
Especially...
really want modern onto a local listed building, I don't know. Will they treat it
Why
like
is it listed?
locally listed, I don't know.
I don't quite understand why it is.
Did it belong to someone?
I don't know.
That's not really listing.
Actually, what's so I was concerned about, I've got a question mark against parking as well.
Is it doing away with parking? Is it good? So you can do it on
Just got at the back. This is really confusing. It doesn't show the whole house, it just shows like...
Well, if they're converting loft space with rear normal windows, that implies another bedroom.
Yeah, I've got, commercial loft space with rear door windows and then I've got add additional bedroom 5, so I've obviously rewritten this and put
If
this
you look
bedroom 5 bedroom.
at the plot, so this is the building. Okay, so the solid black line, the really thick one, is what's there now.
Yeah.
And this bit looks as if it's the new garden room. So it's kind of just blocking out into a square what previously was kind of an L.
The last space and turning to what?
But the loft space is the issue. But I was thinking in terms of, if you're thinking in terms of parking, and then the cars, the still looks like...
Yeah, here's the all on the windows. Yeah.
But we've got existing. We've got nice pictures of it, so we've got existing.
Sorry. Right, this is the existing.
They're not very clear at all,
Not
are they?
very comparable, is it, to that?
Um,
And there's no pictures of existing.
this is the existing.
Well, it's nice.
No, pictures. We've got nice pictures of what's coming, but we've got pictures of what's there.
It looks nice as a design, but whether it fits in with what's already there, but are we allowed to say that?
Well, if it's listed still, you can. Can we...
I mean, it might not be included
Is it on
with the
street view?
existing property.
I just want to get a sense of the brickwork, if it's on street view. I know it's got to the back, and it's behind those trees.
I've got a feeling that, can I just say, this, the back of this, the other side of this, I think is pond. So from the street view, you don't see any
We're
difference.
not going to see it.
Oh no, it wasn't from the street, it was just to see how that might fit in, so it might get better.
Personally, don't think it looks bad. I think it's just really whether there's sufficient parking for what looks like an extra bedroom.
Sufficient
Oh,
parking.
there's more than sufficient parking there.
There's tons of parking.
Bottom was on the wrong side of the road.
I don't know where it is exactly. I don't know which house it is. It's a house that looks like this, isn't it? So it's one of these type houses.
Yeah, they're up on the right-hand side. I've got myself on the wrong side of the road. I didn't actually go to that one.
Where's the original picture? The original house. Look at the front view.
I haven't got any.
Look at the back view there, do you think? This front view, I don't know what house it is.
So it's opposite Morton End Lane rather than on the corner of it.
Oh, where's the map? Where's the map? I did find it with Google, if I know where the map
It
is.
is too big to be on those houses.
Right, hang on a minute. Right, so where's Morton End Lane? So the second one is Morton End Lane.
So it's on Morton End Lane. I had got it
Second
right.
one
That's
is
certainly from
Morton
Morton.
End Lane. Where's Morton End Lane? Is it that way?
No.
That's, yeah, not that way.
That way?
Morton End Lane's on the other side of the road.
Morgan End Lane's there, yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Oh, right, so I need to cross over.
Oh, sorry, we're looking south. Beg your pardon. So it's the one next door to the school.
Right, it's that one. Whoop! It's this one here. Is it? Yeah, is that the
Yeah,
school?
the other half of the school.
Is that one? That's the one.
That's where I thought it was.
Right, so it's got red brick.
Yes, you're right, that is the one.
Yeah.
You can see it on this,
Yeah.
yes, that's it.
That's as much as you can see of it.
Yeah,
Oh, you can see there's enough parking.
there's tons of
So the
parking.
parking's alright, yeah.
I don't, as long
So
as it
it's
complies
the
with the
this
existing.
bit,
Yes,
that's going to be the glass bit on the other side.
that's right,
Mm.
exactly. So I don't see a problem.
I don't have a great problem with
Yeah,
it.
as long as it's in keeping with the listing.
Okay.
I think it's no objection subject to listed building status.
Subject to, yeah,
Okay.
yes, we can cover ourselves by saying, yeah, because the conservation officer again will have their say, yes.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm glad about that. Also, probably.
Right. Is that what that's called?
It used to be Harpenden Practical, and that's a nursery.
Oh, okay.
And then we went there and it was Harpenden
Can you stop?
Practical. And we had two jumpers that had rabbits on them.
It wasn't originally known as Morton End, wasn't it?
You okay? Yep. 2016-2126, don't get involved in it, discharge conditions,
Yeah.
filing, 400 research, so don't worry about that. 2016-214. 6. List of building consent repairs to the roof. Not worried about that. You
No.
can get involved in it.
No.
It has to be repaired sometime.
Yep.
Next one, 2016-2149, single-storey timber garden outbuilding. Again, I like what we've said, subject to use of the right materials, conservation area.
That's good.
Next one, 2016-2164, single-storey side front extension incorporating new roof arrangement, alterations to openings including new front bay window, new side-facing roof light, and alterations to the driveway to create additional parking for the demolition of existing garage, 35 Cornwall Road.
There's lots of the garage, but there's still parking for 3 cars, so I don't have any problems with that one. There's only
Conservation area?
edge of conservation area.
Oh, it's
Stop
just,
next
it's
door,
stock, oh,
that's
yeah,
the
fine,
array.
okay.
That's lovely.
It's a weird conservation area on all road.
Yeah. It goes from, I say 2 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms. The bedrooms have been moved around, switched around. So, first bedroom, it's parking, 3 bedrooms, fine. So I don't feel that's too much of a problem.
It's the other end of the road, I mean, there's adequate there, and if that,
Yeah, there's no overlooking. So there was a dormer in the roof, but again, I didn't feel there was any overlooking, so.
I'll have to know. Right. Councillor Canfield, it's now going to
I'll
walkies.
pop out.
Right,
You don't need a cigarette.
Well,
We won't be long enough. for you.
I'm not smoking these days.
Good.
I'm on those though.
Oh, that's good enough. Right, 2016-2190, 2-storey side, single-storey rear, following removal of a conservatory, 101 Peter's Hill Lane. I mean, they've already, St Albans refused an application last year. Somebody tried to do a prime notification. So I'm presuming by they've now complied with the previous reasons for refusal.
Yeah, it's basically they wanted, I think it was just that it didn't comply, so they had to put in a planning application basically. So what they've done
Let's put it down.
is, yeah, they're just extending the small extension at the rear,
Right.
the larger one. Objection at all. It's
Yes.
so straightforward. And the only thing is, it is actually, I read it as being conservation area, it's not, it's greenbelt. So,
That's better. Oh,
but again, I personally, I mean, if you look at that,
sits in with the plot, yeah. Nobody's objected to either side.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
it's a problem at all.
So, yeah, no, I'm happy with what you said as well.
Okay, so I've just
Especially
changed the
design.
wording and the policy.
Yeah, is that all right with you?
Shall I go and get Mr. Chairman?
Yes, you'll go
You
here.
say you walk downstairs. Shall I go?
That's all right, don't worry.
Rod's feeling very fit.
I'll run.
What was the decision at the end of the day?
Exactly what we've written.
Right.
No object, subject to appropriate design.
Rebuilt, not conservation area, which is changing policy.
Okie dokie, 5/2016-2044. An application that has a long history on. We at this committee did raise our concern, I'm sure it was earlier this year or last year, the fact that in August 2015 they were given 3 months to demolish the patio. This applicant went to the inspector and the inspector agreed. What's actually happened is they built an extension on the back of the house, which meant the existing patio didn't exist. But to keep the level of the patio up, they built it quite high. It's sort of 2 foot 6 off the ground, the patio is. By extending the patio out, if you stand on the patio now, you can overlook both gardens on either side, because you're so high.
Yes.
So as opposed to the natural
Yes.
slope of the ground. The applicant, when this came to Plans North twice, the applicant insisted he'd done nothing wrong, etc., but the inspector agreed with the council, told him to demolish it. A year later, he's now put in a new application to alter it by 6 inches. I think it's only 6 inches.
Oh, is it?
According to the information I've got from the neighbours. So, I personally,
Right, because I was looking at this and I couldn't figure out
well, the neighbours think it's only,
what
the
size.
neighbours who I've spoken to, because we got quite involved with the neighbours when it came to planning. We've got some pictures on the internet of the actual existing extension taken in May.
Yeah, you see, I couldn't see, you can't tell there what sort of, because it doesn't look huge there.
If you look at it compared, so if you stand on here, you look straight into either side's garden. I can't remember which one
See,
it
that
is.
there looks higher, that looks like the neighbours, and that looks higher there than there, so it didn't look too bad.
But
So that's, and I was thinking, okay,
But
so I read the report.
the neighbour, you read what the officer said.
Oh, yeah.
The inspector said.
Yeah.
The inspector just gave them 3 months to demolish it.
Why was it appeal allowed then?
Appeal dismissed. What do you?
I put it
Well, am I reading wrong?
No, that's the building. That's the building extension.
So
That's because the extension was the reason why it kiboshed the.
Appeal dismissed up again, so I think.
Yeah, sorry. The extension was originally refused. He appealed to the inspector and got it permitted and built the extension. By building the extension, it meant they lost the patio.
See, that's the existing, and that's the proposed, and that doesn't look like a difference of just 6 inches.
Two steps then.
Yeah.
So the neighbours, I mean the neighbours are giving me information. I hadn't seen this. I couldn't see it.
Can we say that something along the lines of subject to not...
See, the inspector didn't even say it could be reduced. The
So
inspector
it's
said
really-
it had to be removed.
is this really a
And all-
rejection?
So is
Is
this?
this a rejection then, really, because if they're not really, if the plans are not showing meeting the previous requirement to remove it,
I would suggest from here that we're unable to comment. The plans aren't specific enough for us to judge. And look, you think so?
I think they are, because you can see what the existing is, and you can see what he's put in, and there's steps, and there's a very low level there, and there's the existing level, so I personally think that's unfair to say that.
that's the existing, I can see where you can stand on that, so
I just, you have a look at that.
Sorry, but what I'm saying is it's coming up by 6 inches off.
It isn't so
But
tall.
I would still like to raise the fact that we are seriously concerned that the applicant has not complied with the decision of the inspector from August 2015.
That sounds fine to me.
Because I think we should raise this quiet, because the neighbours have had this for a year.
Yeah. Because I think that if they were going to do this, they should have knocked it the
We've
first
done
one
it,
down
yes.
first, and then said, okay, so
We're gonna build it
now
again.
we want this,
Yeah,
and we want this.
but you see, as far as I'm concerned, and the neighbours are concerned, this is just another delaying tactic,
Yeah.
but this will take another year.
And could.
Yeah.
Because it'll, by the time the application goes through, it's going to be the end of the summer, we're going to say we can't build it in the winter, it'll be there until next year.
Yeah, it says they're going to reload 450 millimetres lower than the current patio, and a further 185 millimetres lower than the level of the patio that existed in 2005.
But that's,
So 450 millimetres is
45 centimetres.
Yeah. It's not 30 centimetres is 12 inches, so...
I'm with what David said, that, I mean, effectively, it's got to address
Yeah, it's got to address that.
the planning, and we haven't got any say in it. If they want to put a totally different planning application in subject to...
this should have been removed.
Yeah.
We've had a whole year's use out of it, much to the fury of the neighbours.
Yeah.
Because this has gone on since 2014.
So it's
I
gone
think
3
we have
years.
to say that we're not happy with the fact that it's obviously not being enforced either.
Well, enforcement have tried, but he keeps saying I'm taking advice.
What
I
were the
can't.
words?
He told Plants North you've got no money.
What were the words you used just now, David? You had it there.
Are we taking advice? They were taking advice?
No. David said it was.
They needed to comply with...
Had not complied with the decisions. Sorry, with the
It's just
with the inspector's decision in that the existing patio had to be removed within 3 months of August 2015.
This does. Our statement is quite simple. This does not comply with the officer's recommendation.
Yes, I mean, there was no suggestion by the inspector that it could be reconstructed lower.
Yeah.
It's just a delaying tactic. I can't say that.
Yes.
No?
But as far as I'm concerned, and the neighbours are concerned, this is just purely a complete delay.
We could stick a
So-
word in.
so
This does not appear to comply with the inspectors.
We are alarmed that the decision taken by the inspector that the existing patio must be removed within 3 months of August 2015 has not been complied with.
So will I.
Yeah.
That'll do me.
Hang on. The committee are alarmed that decision taken by the inspector. Sorry.
Planning inspector.
Yeah.
That the existing patio
Yeah.
must be removed within 3 months of August 2015 has not been complied with.
So we're down somewhere.
Yes.
Only after, only after this removal should any new application be considered.
Yes.
Are you all happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
No, you totally
This is enforcement of pussyfoot.
It's procedural, and we need
We need
enforcement to
guidance.
be breaking it,
And also,
basically.
you can't go around having enforcement from the inspectorate, which are the supreme body in this matter. You can't go around with people thinking that they can just put another application that's slightly minor of what they've
But
got,
a year
and it will
later,
be
if you put an application in within the 3 months, I said, all right, I'm going to reduce the size immediately, but it wasn't. It's a year later.
Yes.
You're away to 2030, so with 4 going, by the time this is gone through, 5 years on.
Yeah.
Not
And it's just
acceptable.
I think it's unacceptable to...
Yes.
Are you happy with that?
That's fine, yes.
I know you on paper you've put, yes, it has dropped more than the neighbours said, but I think that it's just I
Yeah.
personally think it's just a delay.
Yeah, no.
Because by the time this planning gone through, then he'll put an application in to alter the plans. He'll change a step or something, and that takes another 3 months. You know, it's just too easy.
Yes.
Because he told us at Plans North that he had no money to demolish
Oh,
it.
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think what you're saying is right, but I'm
Yeah,
taking
no,
it back
no.
to as I see it.
Yeah.
As a point of information, Mr Chairman, do we not do what some other councils do, is if they haven't got the money, we go in and we do it and we put a charge against the land, so it can be enforced.
Yes. Anyway, I know quite a lot about this one, because historically it's been haunting many people. Right, okey-dokey. So we've done that one. Right, 5/2016/2161, erection of a 4-bedroom detached dwelling in a land adjacent to 9 Howfield. I've been out and seen this site today. I know Rod's been up there and seen it as well, and I understood the information we've got tonight is being called in. So all I would say is, I'll be very careful to say here because it'll come to the plans more. The design of Howfield, actually, space-wise, other than number 5A, is actually quite spacious, the way it's been designed. I think this will... and the other thing that alarmed me was there's a letter on the internet saying the person directly affected by this application, which is number... not number 9. Number 9 is the people who are doing...
I think
number 7 or number 11. I think it's number 7. Are away on holiday, so they would be back too late to object.
Yeah, because my feeling was that although in principle you get a house sort of in here, parking is really tight in the carbon actually, and I think that these people at number 7, it will affect them on what they see.
Well, we're back to the old cramped over development, street scene, etc.
Yeah.
So, I want to your recommendations, and I want to...
Well, I think it's expressed concerns over parking and the loss of amenity to number 7.
So, you'd recommend refusal?
Well, that's my feeling. I think it's just too in.
Yeah, there isn't, but I don't think there's actually enough. Because the thing is, if you look at that, it looks like, oh, that's quite a nice, there is enough space, because it fits in nicely. But then if you look, I think what you've got rare, but
Yeah.
the most important one.
Keep on going.
Because there's actually not that much space,
No.
it's like a little corner,
It is.
and where we saw this before, do you remember when we saw that when they tried to shoehorn it into the corner of that little street and everything was semi-detached? Then they literally had like something that you couldn't even get a van down it.
Yeah, I think it should be refused because I think it loses the character. Everything's nicely balanced.
And it looks as if that fence is the other person's fence replaced in.
I think from my point of view, it's cramped over development and it affects the street scene.
Yes.
Quite basically.
Recommend refusal?
Yes.
Okay. I'm grateful for your comments, but I'm being careful here.
Absolutely.
I'm not prejudging.
Right, so street scene, crouch. Is that what you said?
Cramped,
Yeah.
cramped and loss of amenity to number 7.
And I think Rod can put in their concerns over parking.
Yeah, concerns over parking as well.
I wonder if they knew that people were going to
Yeah, not for us to ask.
But it'll
Yes.
come to plans now, and then we get a bit more
Yes.
information from your side.
Yeah, the actual pre-active guide they had, no significant harmful impact on highway access, and more parking justification is required, and requirement of further arboricultural information. So, I mean, yeah, I had a few worries about the root protection.
Actually, with some
So,
actual
perhaps like trees and things like that.
They're really good, like districts of trees.
Yeah.
Well done, thank you very much.
Okay.
Right, 5/2016-2163, alteration from flat to pitched roof. 4 and 6 Wills Close.
Right, previous permission given in 2008 for this alteration. Change made to this proposal is deluxe windows are put into the front roof elevation. What is it? I've got no objection here.
That's
I
just
don't
light
see a
pipe.
Pardon?
Light pipe, provide lighting.
Oh, right, okay.
I guess actually. But they're normally quite nicely done.
Oh, so they've got deluxe has been put in there.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. I didn't have any, no biggie.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Next one, 5/2016-2174, civil of lawfulness, we don't get involved in, well, it's existing anyway. Rear dormer to existing loft conversion. No problem. 5/2016-2201, single storey rear extension and rear raised patio, 22 part rise. I mean, the only thing about the rear patio and part rise is its effect on the neighbouring properties.
This is that's what I feel, isn't it?
Yes, so by raising a patio,
Yes,
it
you're
would
right.
be even more. So I'd,
So we could express.
I'm not anti it, as long as subject to no detrimental effect on neighbouring properties. No loss of amenities, which is a better word. Yes. Loss
So
of
we've got
amenities.
back to the Ox Lane situation again. Potentially.
It could potentially, yeah, because at any slope,
Yes.
if you raise the patio, it's
So do you want to say no objection regarding the raised patio provided?
Subject.
yeah, provided that there is no loss of amenities to neighbouring property, yeah. Because unfortunately you can't get to the rear of these properties, you can't see
No.
what you could or couldn't see on the way.
To me, it does just look like it's a little bit. It's going to be coming up quite a, well. They'll have to raise the height of the fence if they want to keep privacy, and then they were into light and the rest of it as well.
I mean, we're difficult to make comments on these ones. We haven't got any chance of having access to it. Right, 5/2016-2209, single storey rear extension, follow demolition of existing and alterations to openings on Hillside Road.
They're just squaring off the existing rear extension. I couldn't see any impact on neighbouring properties. So I can't really go to my
The neighbour hasn't objected on the side.
Parking for something on the other side of the fence, but I can't read my writing there. Oh, the parking for beaching court on the other side of the fence. Yeah. So I think it was. Yeah, it's. I think that's right. They've got right up to the. That's it. They're doing an extension there, and they've got beach court on the other side. So although they're coming right up to the boundary, there's just parking on the other side.
Yes,
So
no problem.
it was no biggie again. I don't think so. Must learn not to scribble.
It's easy to say and difficult to do.
5/2016-1874, single storey rear extension and front canopy, 12 East Coat Drive. Again.
Yeah, I felt this was an actually improvement to the property. They're upgrading it. They're enlarging some of the windows, doing some bricking up. There's a 4 metre depth extension on it, and they're putting the right white render on the front of it. Personally didn't have a problem with it. Don't know if any of you have any
problem with white rooms.
No?
Again, how's that just in keeping with the rest of the street, isn't that?
Yeah,
So they're all brick.
are they all brick?
My understanding.
It looks like it's at the back, whether we're doing the render at the front or I don't know. That kind of thing is improvement. I don't know if they're rendering all of it.
I think what you said there actually covers it. No objection,
Yeah.
provided that there is an appropriate design and use of materials.
Oh.
Listed building.
Have I put all of that, have I?
You have, yeah.
Where are you on?
Where are you?
Sorry, I over one.
I was going to say, you just said no objection, you mean?
Recommend
Where
to
do I skip then? Sorry, we're on...
We're on page 20.
25
So you want to use, what, at the top of 21?
12 East Coast
Second
Drive.
one from top.
20 East Drive.
12 East Coast Drive.
Well,
Right?
Beg your pardon.
Sorry.
I've done
page 20.
a right whoopsie there.
No worries.
It's very, could be me going Luke.
So, yeah, so, I mean...
We
so-
can add to that then if you want to put provided, as Chris said, provided appropriate
Yeah.
materials for the street. If
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
add to
I
that.
think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well done.
See, whatever you think
Quite
really,
dramatic.
Chris.
Quick one, 5/2016-2120, some discharge conditions. So, you can worry about that. 5/2016-2162, single-storey side and rear extensions, including roof lantern to the rear elevation, side and rear roof lights and alterations to the openings, byways, Airs End Lane. I like the way what they said earlier this year, where they said no objection, subject to design and use and correct use of materials as a listed building
Absolutely.
in the conservation area. So I like what we said then. Just repeat what we said then.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's right,
Is
all the
it
extension.
all right with you to copy what we said earlier this year?
Yes,
Is that all right with you?
yep, absolutely.
You said it already, so I don't think I've got the next page.
So
You've done
that was where I wandered to.
Sorry.
We've done a load of comments which I ticked early.
Councillor Canfield, you can wander wherever you want. At the moment, we're on page 21.
Yeah.
First floor, part 2-storey side extension, G. Bewdley Close. Again, I like what we've said, subject to no loss of amenities. They haven't objected. It is quite close to the next door, as far as I can see.
The extension said it's sliding off the garage at number 3. First of all, windows at the rear of the property. I don't think it will affect the neighbouring property, but I have covered our back by the
Yeah,
fence.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Especially, these are fairly large plots, these, you know, they've got a large frontage actually, if they want to view them.
Yeah.
Because it's actually before you turn into the Bewdley Close, the first two are,
The first two are actually on.
yeah,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, and that's right, and that's where it's sort of, that's the garage there, so
Yes.
that's where it's going to slide onto, not actually onto their property, it's onto their garage, so
Yes.
it's not a big issue.
That's right.
So that's why I didn't have too much of a problem
Yep.
with it. Okay.
Two of the next three are quite interesting ones.
Yes.
Councillor Cooley's had long debates about this. 5/2016-2084, coming linking with 5/2016-2264, which is the bottom of the page, because it's the same. One word I would describe this, interesting.
Yes.
It's quite dramatic. It obviously gets involved in archaeological and all sorts of things for this. Strange thing was, this house was up for sale last year, but
Oh,
it's
well, the biggest
so
effect
it's fascinating what they're trying to do, and I think
I think it's,
I'd love to go and have a visit and actually try and work out.
well, I went down that way.
You've been down the drive, have you?
Yeah, but you can't really get to the property, it's set back.
You
Yeah.
can't,
You have to drive into the, in fact,
You get round the roundabout.
I've only seen this one before.
the only real change I could see, visible change, is this, because they've got this escape from the basement, they've got this low hedge, which they've extended. Presently there's a bit of low hedging, but then they're probably...
There's a panic room as well.
Yes, panic room. Yes, and the other thing is that I'm not sure where the car turn thing is going on, if anything else.
Oh,
By the front door.
yeah.
By the front, yeah, I'm just... But modification to the front, it's hard to tell any difference in the property.
One comes out of the
I mean, quite frankly, this is a listed building.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the English Heritage are involved. It's greatly listed in that respect. We're in the conservation area. I think every officer in St Albans is going to want to look at this one. I'm going to get involved in. I personally don't feel qualified to judge them. So, we have no objections. I have no objections to it, subject to complying with, all the various departments in SADC, because really none of us understand underground villages.
Because it's very similar to the stuff that happens in Kensington, isn't it, and
Yes.
Chelsea. This is the kind of thing you see in Evening Standard.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean,
but it's on an isolated site, it's not affecting
Yeah, but that's the
neighbours.
thing, it doesn't have neighbours, and I think you've just got to be, and St Albans, I'm sure, will do this, and as we've said already, we can't be the judges of it, but it will just be, how do you protect this?
Oh, I don't
building when you
think
it?
the owner of Spintney is a motor racing driver. He's obviously going to stay there and going to build his underground world.
Have I got the right one, just a point of information, is this the one that burnt down?
It had a big fire. It didn't burn
Yeah.
all down. Yes,
Yeah.
it had a big fire. Yeah, a few years ago now.
And it's also, it is an import, originally it wasn't built there, was it? It came from Fountain, didn't it?
Yes.
So I mean, all of the archaeological and all that will be done anyway.
But I think he's going to have an archaeological report on the bit they're going to have to excavate. A heritage report, whatever it is. But it's quite nice. But it's I think it's quite fascinating. Look, don't think what it's going to cost.
Quite a design task, because that's going to be able to take the weight of an emergency vehicle on the property, or a fire engine or something, it's being front. Yeah.
They're not for us, are they?
No.
Building
Yeah.
regs rather than...
No. I mean,
rather
it's
than
A beautiful property.
so that only leaves us with. Can you put super wording on that for me, please? Thank you very much. Only one left, which is 5/2016-2204, part single, part 2-storey rear extension and loft conversion with rear dormer windows, 48 Overstone Road.
Yes.
I like what you said, because is this near the one that we had with the outside balcony? Do you remember? Because we had that one there. I'm sure that was in Overstone Road, wasn't it?
I thought no,
We'll just have a look at the front of it.
I think that one was
Go up there,
Gilpin Green with the external.
Yeah, with the external.
That's one of the old ones, it's not one of
Road.
the new ones, yeah.
It's around the corner from Gilpin, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, they're just,
This is in the older part of Stone Road rather than the new extension.
Oh, yes,
It goes
this is
in-
the other
goes
one
into
with the
Gilpin
90s,
Green.
weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, the 100s,
it
yes.
goes round, yeah.
they're just extending the bedroom 4, they're just turning bedroom 3 into a shower room, making the extending bedroom 3, etc. There is limited parking, but they're making no changes to bedrooms.
Right, so
So
we've got...
that's why I didn't have too much of a problem.
Yes.
So again, subject to no loss of interest, neighbours have to say that nobody's objected as of this moment.
Yep.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the evening's entertainment. Yes, my pleasure. Sorry.
That was quite loud.
Don't worry. Could I swear?
No, I was like doing it.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I was going to say...
Remember what I did, but I was doing
My
it
apologies.
on the wrist.
I'll have Emma smacking my hand forward. Do we have any letters of objection?
No, Chairman.
Thank you. Do we have any appeals? Do we have any prior notifications? We've got attached the list of decisions and the applications for tree works. If I can say, the next Trans North meeting is on Monday the 22nd of August, when they're discussing the hotel. We'd make a decision on the hotel. So it's going to be a lively evening. If anybody's short of entertainment on the 22nd of August, they're welcome to join
They're
us.
at 7 p.m, right?
7 p.m. But that is to... I haven't seen the report yet, so I don't know what the office is recommending. And at 9:50, that concludes our meeting this evening.